Evening, everyone. It is a basic necessity of life, water.
But if someone doesn't pay the bill, that necessity can dry up when the water district turns off the tap. And that's exactly the situation that's been facing the tenants of Fehr Woods Apartments in Delhi. And it's through no fault of their own, apparently. Local 12's Rich Jaffe is live in Delhi now after asking, who owns it, Rich?
Rob, as you can kind of see from the sign, this apartment complex is called Fair Oaks, but there's nothing fair at all about what's been going on here. The bottom line is the landlord has not been paying his bills, and his tenants have been paying the price for it. Without water, it's been a tough 5 days for James Campbell and his fiancée.
Can't take a bath before I go to work. Can't have no coffee before I go to work. Yeah, we can't do nothing without water. It's not right that we have to go through this.
The maintenance guy for the property also lives in the waterless building, and while he's been trying his best to help, he explained the problem and solution rests squarely with property owner Ernie Stahmann.
He just told us the water's going to be off and it won't be able to come back on until everybody pays their rent because he's behind on bills.
Water was also off briefly for tenants in the other two buildings as well, until the landlord paid those bills. But at 4462, it's been dry for 5 days. Diane Davis and others say they've been getting water to flush the toilets in the laundry room across the way.
We've been buying water, and then when we get done doing that, we go to a friend's house and fill like 20 or 30 bottles of water. I mean, it's awful here.
I went by Ernie Stahmann's house and also left a message on his phone. I'm hoping that you're going to get that water turned back on. We're going to do a story on it tonight at 5:30. Residents here say this isn't the first time they've had problems.
We get notices all the time, yellow paper on the front doors and saying the water's going to get cut off. And we get notices that the heat and electric's going to get cut off, and that gets cut off. So we walk around with flashlights in the hallway.
We shouldn't have to put up with something like that just because our landlord don't know how to budget his bills.
Now, I want to make sure we're perfectly clear. I misspoke when we tossed into this story. These apartments are called Fehr Woods Apartments. I said Fair Oaks. And there is some good news here. The water came on in that building, which is the one where it has been off for 5 days. It came on about an hour ago. The bad news is the landlord tells me that he can't guarantee that this won't happen again because he is indeed having trouble paying his bills. There's another spot of possible good news, though. When I was in that building just a few minutes ago, some of the apartment doors are posted with a notice that there's a potential buyer interested in taking over this place. We can only hope that if indeed that happens, the problems will go away and they'll end up with a good, solid landlord here. We'll stay on top of that and let you know. In Delhi, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Rob?
Rich, thanks very much. On Friday, tenants in the building without water contacted legal aid, and attorneys there sent the landlord a demand letter telling him he had to get the water back on or possibly face other legal penalties. So if you have issues with the problem landlord, let us know. We've set up a special email address to make it easy for you. You can send us a message at whoownsit, all one word, at local12.com.